All right, disappointing game in Seattle against the Huskies. I think the biggest, well, I don't think I know the biggest disappointment was our lack of ability to throw the football. We were just horrendous in the throw game, and that really was the primary difference in the game. Still had our chances, as bad as we were throwing the football. We still had chances. I think the real pivotal play in the entire game was late in the third quarter. I believe we were down 21-15, and we fumbled a punt. And we had all the momentum at that time. We had just scored in our previous possession, and we got to stop defensively, and we were going to have the ball near midfield, and couldn't handle the punt. Turned it over. They scored, and we never recovered. So that was the tipping point in the game. But we got to play better. Give credit to Washington. They played good pass defense. They had a nice scheme. Good plan coming in, and they've been exceptionally tough at home this year, and Saturday was no different. Tough place to play, that CenturyLink Stadium. So anyways, we move on to Arizona. It's really do or die. I mean, our backs are to the wall in every sense. There's no margin for error. We've got, we got to play our best football this week. Arizona, high-powered offense. Number one quarterback in the conference as far as yards per game. Number one rusher in the conference. Averaging over 500 yards a game of nearly 40 points. And I think their scheme is exceptional. And so I think that, we've definitely got our hands full. We're going to have to play well on defense. We're going to have to keep the football away from them with our offense. That's probably going to be as big a factor as anything, is being able to move the chains, make first downs, possess the football, and keep their offense on the sidelines. So that's where we're at. Questions?
Coach, on the bright side, and big game out of John White. Of course, the streak is over. You don't have to answer any more questions about that. But what was going right with the run game? 3 straight 100-yard games.
Well, I think that number one, John is back to his old self. He's healthy. He's running with confidence. He's running violently. Number two, the offensive line is doing a nice job getting creases in the run game, and those are really the two factors. I mean, his natural ability, his health. And then the play of the offensive line.
I think back to some of the teams that I was with, and I never categorized a team that I was with either a good home team or a good road team. I never really even thought about playing on the road as opposed to playing at home. Do you believe that there is something to be said about road games or home games and how this team prepares or how this team handles themselves on the road? Or what is it, Coach?
That's a good question, because I was in the same frame of mind as you, and it still doesn't bother me home or away. I mean, there's no difference to me and as a player or as a coach. And so I don't know if it's just circumstantial this year, or if there is something to it. We have not changed our preparation or our approach at all that we've used for a lot of years. And so good question. Don't have an answer for you other than, like I said, this year we've struggled on the road and been pretty good at home.
Now, jumping back to the seniors, could you just talk a little bit? I mean, you got some special kids that came through like Starr, who, are guys that don't come along every year, and then you got a record holder like with running backs and Reggie Dunn and guys like that. Travis.
It's been a great senior class. They've won a lot of football games for us. They've had great leadership, attitude. It's just been these guys, and I probably sound like a broken record, because every year you're really feeling the same way about your seniors. At least since I've been here, I can't tell you that there's a senior class that I haven't felt this way about. But this group is no different, and had some guys that have played a lot of good football for us. And you mentioned them, John White, Reggie, Starr, and the list goes on and on. There's, I think we have 20-something this year. Anyway, it's a big class relative to last year, but tough to see them go. And they've been, and not only on the field, we're talking off the field too. How the quality of people they are, and the character they have, and the it makes coming to work enjoyable because of the type of guys they are.
Great backs in this conference, as I'm sure you know. How would you rate Carey among them?
Right up there. He's leading the conference in rushing. Total yards, he's the leader. We didn't face the kid at Oregon, but he's pretty darn good too. The Barner kid, and I think I think he's second. Barner is second, but I would say he's as good as anybody we've seen this year, maybe the best. I mean, he laid 350 or 60 yards last week on Colorado, and just it was like a nightmare. I mean, every time he touched the ball, he's hitting the crease and going 20, 30 yards, and so he's got great balance. exceptional vision. He's tough. He's tough. He's big. He runs bigger than he is. He's about 200 pounds, 197 pounds, but he runs much more physical than that.